Good morning, everybody. This is a 1 week update of everything in the grow room that we talked about last week and some new things. All right. And I just wanted to do a new video because I kept turning my phone all different directions the last one and it didn't work out very nice. All right, so here we go. So, these are not underneath the light because they're not doing anything. Some of them are new. There's lupin seeds I found and organic Roma tomato seeds that I found, so I planted those. The peppers are not doing anything yet. There's King of the North and then the shishito peppers. And I think that some people, when they grow peppers, they grow them over a heating pad to keep them, to warm them up, which might help them germinate faster. So I might try that next year. And then in between the two kinds of peppers are the heavenly blue morning glories. The broccolis were in between there, but I had to pot them up because they were so big. So I had some morning glory seeds, so I planted those. And then back here are all the dahlias. Dahlias, and more dahlias. And they're enormous. They're so big. And some of them are outgrowing their pots, I think. Passionate, which is the hot pink one. That one's pretty big. The Sandia Shonai is really big. The ginger snap is really big. I might have to put these outside and just hope that we don't get any more frost. Oh, and the Kasasagi is big. And then I might take the mammoth sunflowers and put them in these pots because they're getting big. Also, they need bigger pots. And then down here is the nasturtiums. And I've never grown nasturtiums before, but a lot of gardeners do. And they're so cute. And the leaves look kind of like, they look like Daffy Duck's flipper print or something. Like the leaf shape is really cool. And they looks like they fold down when it gets dark. I just turned the lights on, so you can see they're kind of folded down, but when I put them outside, the leaves flip upward. And so that's kind of interesting too. Here's the Bush Champion cucumbers. And I've also read that if you grow cucumbers near or even up giant sunflowers, that they taste better. So I don't know. And I don't know if Bush Champion, that doesn't sound like a vine to me, but we'll see. And if anything, I could still plant them near the sunflowers. And then here's the Black Beauty eggplants. And all of them came up, and they need to be thinned out. Each one, the seeds were so tiny, so I put several seeds in each little hole. So when they get a little bit bigger, I'll thin them out. And then what's over here? Bright Lights Cosmos. And some of those are doing things, some of them aren't. Some might still come up. I don't know. They're all different heights. They're all over the place. I don't know what happened. And these are the crookneck squash that are nice and big and green and beautiful, and I love it. And they have the little hairs on their stems, which I believe might mean that if you bury them a little bit, if they get too leggy, they'll put roots out from the stems. I know that's how tomatoes work. I'm not sure if that's how squash works, but it looks that way because they're kind of fuzzy. Here's the mammoth sunflowers. This is the part of the last video where I was trying to turn the camera because they're so tall, but I'm just gonna back up. So like on the left are the mammoth sunflowers, which are really, really tall and about to flip over. The stems must be doing pretty well because they are standing up somehow. I'm not really sure how. And then the corn, it's like a field of corn, of glass gem popcorn and sweet corn. And then in the back, there's all the little broccolis. I put them in the bigger pots, put some more dirt in to make them more stable. That one in the back I did not think was going to make it. He was just so floppy and he just would not stand up straight, but he's doing it. He is doing it. And they're so pretty and shiny and the leaf shape is so cool. And they're doing really well. And then over here's like some more broccoli. Here is strawberry plant. Here is a spider. So better look out for my husband because he won't let you live in here and or at all. And then over here, I'm going to try to stand out of the light, is the tomatoes, Mountain Princess tomatoes. These I planted Mountain Princess last year, but they got the blight, which is such an annoying disease. And so we're starting fresh, and I'm going to try to plant them in a different bed this year because I don't think you can even do them in the same bed that had the blight. Because I think that sort of disease survives the winter. So in that bed right now where I had the tomatoes last year, I actually have potatoes that live underground. And we'll see how those do. And then over down here we have the basil. And I thought this one was, I thought when I was looking at blue dots, I was looking at the leaves, but I think I was wrong. But so now because now there's like these green plants, and then there's more coming up, but the seed shell is still on them, so you can't really see them. You can only see the ones where the shell has fallen off. They're very tiny. But over here, and I'll try to like pull this out a little bit, is like the dark opal. And it's so pretty. And I've put this in flower bouquets before. Last year I put dark opal basil flowers in bouquets, and they're just interesting to look at because the color is so dark, and it's fun to go like this because there's so many of them, and they're the little seedlings, and they're doing really well. And then here is Chuck's basil that he planted, and then I have to back up again because here's the Polventon Supreme Dahlia. And I don't know, last year I tried a yellow dahlia to go with the autumn color bouquets, and it was called Lemonade, and it was really bright. It was way too bright. When you looked at it, it just looked not natural. It looked like somebody planted fake flowers in the garden, and it looked like staring into a highlighter or staring into the sun. It was just way too bright. So I mean, I left it for the bees and everything, and the plant did okay. But I wonder, what level of yellow we're dealing with this, because Polventon Supreme sounds like it's gonna be bright. And over here I have more Morning Glories. What is it? Pearly Gates, which are white, and Heavenly Blues, which are blue. These are some Bleeding Hearts I tried to rescue from the garden. It's weird. I had 2 Bleeding Heart plants outside. One was shoved, the roots were like shoved under the roots of like this massive tree. The other one, the roots were shoved under the gutter next to the garage. I don't know if they do, I don't know why they do that, or if they like to be crammed into small places. So the one next to the garage I was able to save and just put in the front garden and give it some space, and it's still doing really well. But this one did not make it, so I cut, and I'm trying to get it to root because I couldn't get all the roots out, and that's actually several pieces of it in there. I bought a prayer plant, which is kind of like the nasturtiums, it folds, except instead of folding down, it folds up at night, like it's praying. And then back there are some, oh geez, hostas that I'm trying to rescue. The kids just stomped all over them, so I was like, I'm gonna bring those inside and see if I can get them to come back. Polka dot plant. That's a Christmas cactus. It's not doing anything. That's another thing, the amaryllis thing. I think that's it. Catnip, morning. Oh no, moonflowers. Those are still there. I think that's everything. That's pretty much everything. And then I did get one more addition that's outside. So I'll go look outside. And I got this hummingbird feeder. And I put it outside so I could sit in my giant chair and watch hummingbirds and look at my plants. And I saw our first hummingbird the day before yesterday. And there's, I mean, you can't see it, but what the camera is facing is all the black raspberry bushes plus a ton of Palmaria, which is the pink and purple flowers. I posted a video the other day of a bee going from Palmaria to Palmaria flower, and so that's just a ton of it over there. So I've seen the hummingbirds over there. I saw one near the feeder, but I didn't see it feeding. And I think what I'm gonna do is take all the morning glories and put them in like a box, like that goes like that, and then the flowers will hang down, and then it'll kind of draw them in. Because I like the pink feeder. There was a red feeder, but I like the pink one. And it looks kind of vintage. It's like a bubbles. The glass has little bubbles in it. And so that's that. And that's our backyard. Alright, so I think that's everything. Our little friend is still hanging out over there on the wall. I may put him outside. And I'm 99% sure that Archer was the one that brought him inside. And I may put him outside. Okay, that's it. And then maybe next week we'll go outside because those need to go outside. And there are other things happening outside that are exciting. All right, bye. Have a good day.